Started here. First, I want to say welcome everyone, and let's begin with our webinar. So, have you been looking for a trademark tool that can rise to the very particular challenges facing the pharma, veterinary, or whatever your technical industry? Well, Markify does just that, and today we will show you how. Now let's introduce our panel. My name is Leslie Merritt. I'm a client solution specialist here at Questel. And Marie, would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Yeah, thank you, Leslie. So first, welcome everyone. Happy to have you on board with us in this webinar. I'm Markify and I'm leading the client solution specialist team in the trademark business unit at Questel, and especially on the SaaS solutions part, meaning everything that is software as a service, and working with Leslie.
Thank you. All right, so let's talk about our agenda today. Markify is one tool for all. We're going to discover some use cases across your industries. And first, we'll begin with pharma-specific data, POCA search, and the merge tab. Then we'll talk about searches across trademark registries and Green Book. Then we will do a beta AI goods and service similarity search. Next, we will do a quick preview of our bulk search, which is coming soon. We'll wrap up with sending your results to Qthena to get an AI risk assessment draft. And then we'll finish everything with a Q&A period.
Maybe as a reminder, also the session is recorded, and we will send afterwards also the slides of the webinar and the recording link. So if ever some of you need to go before the end, no problem, you will receive them. And you can use the chatbot to ask any question. Of course, as much as we can, we will answer them at the end in the Q&A. And if ever we lack time, or if you had to leave before the end, we can reach out to you later by email.
That's right. Thank you. So let's first talk about our pharma-specific data, POCA, search, and the merge tab. But first, we have a poll for you. So the question is, are you currently using a paid-for search tool? And you'll see the prompts on your screen. So just answer on your screen and we'll see some results here.
Yeah, of course, our goal is to try and know you a bit better and understand what the expectations can be.
Okay. I see some results here.
Yeah.
It appears that about 50% of you said yes, 25 no. Very interesting. Thank you for answering those questions for us. We'll just have 2 more polls throughout the presentation, but let's move on. All right, so now we are speaking about searching for pharma-specific data. In the pharmacy industry, we know that you have a lot of important things to consider when naming new drugs, like, for example, regulatory compliance. The drug name has to comply with the trademark offices and the regulatory agencies. Scientific precision. The name should not mislead customers regarding the therapeutic effects, composition, and safety. All these things are paramount. And the distinctness. The name should be distinct from other product names, so we can avoid confusion, of course, when naming any product. That's very important. So that's why we designed Markify to help you address all of your searching needs in one place. We use the official POCA score as maintained by WIPO. The POCA score, which of course indicates the orthographic and phonetic similarity between the mark searched and each hit. That's right. We've got POCA. Of course, not that kind of POCA. I joke. But anyhow, let's use the recently popular Ozempic as an example. A combined search for pharma and trademark offices produces at least 4 types of results that are displayed in different tabs. So let's go from left to right. Trademarks. Markify algo-driven results that are produced, of course, by our proprietary algorithm, and they produce results in risk levels 1 through 3, 1 being, of course, very high risk, 3 being medium risk, so you get a wide variety here. Trademark POCA, this second tab, here you will find the trademark results sorted by POCA algorithm. So, you'll see that the number of results in the sequence is different from the first tab. And then the Pharma tab. This is going to include, oh, pardon me, I advanced my slide too quickly. So the Pharma tab, this lists all of the similar pharmaceutical results, pharma in use, and other pharma sources. This tab also has the POCA rating. But then we have the Merged tab, the Merged Pharma tab. This tab displays a combination of Trademark POCA tab and the Pharma tab information, grouping the results by name and highlighting matches where a name is both trademarked and in use as pharma. So let's take a deeper dive into that. So this feature was requested by one of our clients. They were happy to have the trademarks with the POCA score and the pharma scores sources, but they hated going back and forth between these tabs. So that's why the Merged Pharma tab was born. Here you can clearly see that there is an overlap. Please note the red exclamation points. You can also fold and expand different sections to shift your focus when you're analyzing the results. So it's clear, it's convenient. You have this all at your disposal here. And I am sure as we go through these slides that you are curious about what sources we have. So, of course, we have Pharma in Use, Orange Book, EMEA database, etc. But at Markify, we're always evolving our user interface and adding new data sources. So many changes come from our clients' suggestions. They talk and we listen. So we recently added INN stems, which contains common stems and their definitions, which have been selected by World Health Organization experts. And, of course, we are all about options at Markify. Since we all come to the table with different experiences, we want to offer you the chance to build your search on your own terms. So for example, if you know and love Boolean operators, we've got a query builder for you. If you're not a Boolean expert, but you like the idea of building your own query, you can take advantage of our Boolean presets. And if you like both AI-driven searches and Boolean, we let you combine them. And here, we're going into a little example here. We want to be sure, no pun intended, that there are no other products in the same class utilizing these last 6 characters of this name. In this example, we are searching for marks similar to PetSure, but we find VetSure, right? You may know that this was a case of infringement and passing off in the UK involving these names. So this on the right-hand side, you see the meta preview, and it allows you
the famous presets that you were referring to that make Boolean search easy.
Yes. These are our presets. So this is the in-between. If you're not like super duper familiar with Boolean, but you want to kind of build your own query, you're interested in being more hands-on, this is what we have for you here. So when you check out the meta preview, it allows you to kind of test it out and see like, oh, am I on the right track? So it'll show you a little preview of what you can expect. And then, you can continue on this path, or maybe there's some more that you want to add. So it's just kind of checking in. And of course, the example that we're showing here is a veterinary example, but the Boolean search mode is available for anyone upon request. So it's not limited to pharma, it's for everyone.
And maybe if I can add here, Leslie, by the way, why we decided to show this in the pharma part is because we know that on the pharma side, one of the tricky things is that often trademark names are partly descriptive, which is of course tricky, but this is why you may want to focus on a specific part of your trademark to absolutely want this specific part to be in your search. And this is when indeed those presets are very helpful. That's all. Leave it to you.
Thank you, Marie. Okay, and now I defer to you for more specifics.
Yeah, you're right. It's my part. So thank you. We wanted to dive a bit also in veterinary specifics, and here we refer to the Green Book. Exactly same as Leslie did before. Just before we go into this, we will have our second poll. So promise only 3 of them. And our question here is for those of you who said that the 50% of you who are using a tool, are you satisfied with your search tool? Very satisfied? Could do better? I do not have one, of course. You can still select it. Of course, on all the could be better. If some of you want to ask us questions on something that you think you are missing in your tool and you would want to know if we have it, don't hesitate to use the chat. That's really the goal of it. We try. We cannot open all the microphones, but we can let you ask your questions. And it seems a lot, the majority could be better. We know that as providers, everybody wants the tools better. We also are looking for that. And still a third are satisfied, which I guess is good. So yeah, majority could be enhanced. So Green Book, as you have seen, by the way, we try to be a bit quick with Leslie. We know not all of you come for pharma, or not all of you come for veterinary. Some of you come more for the AI part, so we try to not spend too much time on the details. Of course, you can request demos of the tool. So the Green Book is also a recent addition. It's one of the databases that is maintained by the FDA, Food and Drug, of course. And we also have, as Leslie said before, the Orange Book on the pharma side, the Purple Book for biological products. So Green Book is the one for veterinary products. And it covers both what we call pioneer names, so proprietary names, and the generic animal drugs. And ideally, people who are in this industry know it, and we know some of you are here. You would run a search both in the pharma databases and also look at the for human products and the veterinary ones. So that's why, obviously, Green Book is part of our pharma package in the system. Just before we show you an example of result, we wanted to maybe highlight a bit the teams that are behind, because we speak a lot about evolution in Markify, evolution in the UX, of course, in the system. Evolution with us, it's never stopping. We have weekly updates or small improvements. Sometimes it's not always big, but I think the data part is really central. We have more than 25 persons behind the system who are really involved in the data, what we call data acquisition process. So it's data entries. It's also the data specialists. I mean, people who know what trademarks are, what pharma products are, and who are able to understand, analyze, reformat, clean, and make it accessible for you. Of course, then it goes to the developers, so you can access through the interface and much more. So without speaking about all the details, we just wanted to highlight that really Markify data is number one. It's the core of it. And then the second is the algorithm, because of course you first want to make sure you're not missing any data. Then you want the algorithm to provide good results. So that was our small highlight on it. Leslie, you can go on the next slide. Thank you. So here we run a search on NextGuard. So for dog lovers, maybe you know this. I do not have a dog, but anti-parasitic, that's it, how to pronounce it, product. So here I just had filtered the results to look only at the Green Book, which of course is a choice if you search only in Green Book or more. And you see example of results. It's always the same logic in the interface of Markify that you can unfold all details or unfold the results one by one to see more information. And obviously, when you want to see the full details, you simply open the result. It opens in another page and you get the full details. So it's the same if you are looking at a pharma result, a trademark result, or domain name. We work in the same way. Obviously, you can also export the details. So it was honestly really just to show this example. And we have another one just after that maybe is a bad example in terms of Green Book, because I realized that this CD roll that I was looking for, that is a trademark covering veterinary products, is not in the Green Book. But we just thought it was a good example because here you see really relevant results, and it highlights a bit how the algorithm works and how you can play with the interface of Markify. So maybe some of you know, but there had been this trademark filed CD-roll by Interage, and it has been revoked as per buyer's request, saying they were not using it, and indeed they had not been using it for years. So the trademark was cancelled, and buyer could file their own. So this is, we just highlighted here the buyer trademark that is not CD-roll but CD-roll in green, and the one from Interage in yellow. So you see, you can highlight the results. And I thought also that was interesting because you can see that results that are here in Russian, so not in non-Latin language, are also present. Why? Because part of the algorithm work is to not only look at graphic similarity, but also phonetic similarity. So that's why we took also this other example of a trademark that was for veterinary purposes, even if it was not part really of Green Book itself. I'm just checking quickly if there are any questions. Yes, there was one. So even if it's not the end, Leslie, I answer to it now maybe, because the question was on the merge tab, if it was only for pharma or if it was also available for other industries. No, it's only for the pharma. But why? Because of those specific databases that we have on the pharma side. What I mean, if at some point we were to add some other databases that are not directly trademark related, that would be possible technically for us to do this kind of merge type also. But that would mean that you need, another database. So you would have to tell us maybe what you need. It seems we are going back in the slides.
Yes, I'm sorry. I was going back to the merge tab just to illustrate it.
Oh, yeah, but no, it was just really a generic question on, is it only for pharma, yes or no? So our answer is yes, but for this reason that we have really a lot of pharma databases and that you may want to cross.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the merge tab and the POCA, it affects classes 3 and 5. Oh, so now we speak of data,
Okay,
AI,
great.
goods and services similarity search.
Yeah.
Okay.
First, with Leslie, we wanted to make sure that we don't leave anybody out of this webinar. Once again, not everybody is in the pharma side. So we are going to use an example. You can go to the next slide. There's only one slide, but I think it really speaks for itself, and we will explain the content. So perfect. It is here something that is currently in beta test. So some of our biggest clients are testing this feature that we added. And that's how we like also to work, to make sure we refine the features and they are really the way you would need them in the system. That's our goal. Here, we are adding this additional column that you must see, goods and services similarity. So that's a percentage. We already have in Markify the distance ranking. So it's a percentage of similarity for the graphical similarity of the trademarks, graphical only. Remember, the algorithm also takes into account phonetics. It takes much more into account. It will take into account, does the trademark contain dictionary words, so as to find also the variations and truncations that could matter. But in distance ranking, you focus on the graphical similarity. And this additional column on the right, it's very useful because with this both information combined, you start having really the best insight possible on could this trademark prior art that is already existing be a blocker for me, because both the trademarks are as similar and the goods are similar. So really, for likelihood of confusion, the alarm bell is ringing. So here in our example, I used a trademark name that I thought I would invent, but no, because trademark world is packed. So it was the Skylo trademark. You will see we will refer to it because it's linked to the Cuthina webinar we did recently, where we were really, with my colleague, creating a fake use cases where we were a shoemaker company trying to register this trademark Skylo for running shoes and having to find a name and then draft the goods and services, etc. So Skylo, it was this notion of maybe reaching the sky, but staying on Earth. That was the brilliant idea that, as you can see, already existed. So there are trademarks, Skylo with Y, with I, etc. And as you can see, the percentage of similarity in terms of graphic can be very high, and the percentage of goods and services can be very low. The example at the bottom, it's stylo or stilo, depending on which country maybe you would pronounce it differently. And here we have a 93% similarity on goods and services. If you look on the left, you have the kind of explanation on why this 93% similarity. Of course, for the tool to calculate the similarity, you must have given it what you consider are the goods and services that matter for you for this search. So if you look on top of the results, personally, I have added here only shoe and sportswear. That's all. The use of AI here and why we want to be using large language models, LLM, to do this similarity search, it's because we need the system to be able to not only search these specific keywords and the plural form, but also the variations in terms of different language, synonyms, or even close concepts. And honestly, only with AI can you achieve that really well. So it's important because if you follow our webinars, if you discuss with us, we will always tell you we don't want to use AI everywhere. That's important. We don't use AI everywhere. In our algorithm, there's a lot of algorithm that is not always AI. But for some specific use cases, yes, large language models especially are very useful. And that is, I think, the best example here. So this will come out very soon to all our clients. Existing clients will benefit from it at no additional cost for those of you who are already using the system, and we know some of you are here. And for the others, they will have it also in the system. So here I said I'm interested in shoe and sportswear. I voluntarily did not restrict the class in my search because I wanted to see a bit all results, and you see that the tool is showing me, if I hover over the percentage of similarity, it shows me why the 93% similar, because I get sports shoes in the description of goods and services. Of course, trademark can be filed in many classes, so you may have a lot of variations and also a lot of different expressions or keywords used in the goods. That's why you see a full list of percentage, because it will show you the different occurrences that are in the goods and services, but just to display in the column, it will keep the highest percentage. So you can right away put on the side those that are very far away from your initial needs. I hope it is clear. And yes, that's really to assess better the possible likelihood of confusion between two trademarks. Will be added in search first, and I think that's it, Leslie, on this specific part. So this one is for you.
Okay, yes. I'll speak of another feature that's coming soon. We have a preview here of our bulk search. So for those of you, with large numbers of trademark search requests coming from your marketing or your product teams, we have developed the bulk search to save you time. Bulk, you can bulk import the big list of suggestions from your teams, and then you can check the availability of up to 500 names per query. In addition to the trademark and pharma databases, pharma in use and other pharma databases listed, we also have domain names. So if, for example, you just needed a quick list of the names with no identical or close matches, boom, there it is. And you can filter it out, and you can also click to see more details. So, you can expand to view more if it's available. And this will have risk levels 1 and 2. And as I mentioned before, risk level 1 would be identical. Risk level 2 would be of also high similarity. So that's our bulk search. And Marie, back to your topic.
Yeah, thank you. And it is our part on Qthena. That is, by the way, the last part of this webinar that we will take questions if there are some. We wanted to speak a bit about Qthena. So Qthena is our AI copilot for what we call preparation and prosecution on patents and trademark side. It's really a tool that is used by both sides. But here we wanted to focus on a trademark, what we call skill, that is called risk assessment. So you will see that we will not go too much into the details because we spoke already a lot about Markify, but we did a webinar previously on Qthena, and here I'm going to show an extract of this webinar just so you understand what can be behind the risk assessment and what else we have. So just before we go into this, we have the last question of our poll. And this question was, are you interested in using AI tools to assist you in reviewing your search results? You can answer yes, no, maybe, be it that you are already using it or you are interested in using it. That's quite interesting for us to know if this is a majority. And here we see that the vast majority is clearly interested in using AI tools to assist in reviewing the search results, which I think has really expanded over time. Not sure we got the exact, we would have received the exact same answer like 3 years ago, maybe. Great. So let us show you at least a glimpse on what you could get. So Qthena, as I said, it's an AI copilot. Maybe a bit for the context, what is being used currently in Qthena is Gemini by Google, but at Questel we like to say that we are AI model agnostic. If you follow our webinars, you must hear that all the time. But what does it mean? It means that if we think at some point that another model is becoming better than the previous one, we may change it. That's it. So you don't have to worry about the tool we use. We choose the one that seems best for this specific use case. So depending on the tools, we have different ones. And that's what is being used at the moment in Qthena. Here in the example of the risk assessment skill, you would load a search report in the system in Qthena, and automatically you select a skill. So you select this risk assessment skill and you just follow what the tool is telling you to do. So it tells you, please tell me what trademark you want to file and give me your search report, or tell me what trademark you want to file, meaning the ID of the name candidate, but also in which domain do you want to file it. And if you know the classes, of course, you provide the tool with the classes. And either you just compare it with another trademark, so you give 2 and you ask the tool to compare, or you load a report and the tool will give you feedback on this report. That's really the idea behind. What it provides is what we would call a very workable first draft. It's what we mean by that, it's don't expect the end result. We need your legal review behind. The legal review of experts. The tool will have access to what you give it It will not have access to more insight on maybe I could find an agreement with this company. It's a small company, they have only one trademark, maybe I could manage something, or maybe I should check if they are using their trademark or not. That is all part of your legal knowledge and the context that is really broader than just what the tool will provide. But what the tool can provide is really an analysis of the default, of the likelihood of confusion that could arise when comparing those trademarks. And here it's really quite good. So the idea is that the model that is being used is pre-prompted to answer correctly. We never use the client data. This is number one. This is true for all our tools that use those kind of models. So we use the private, secure versions of the models. It means the data from our clients is never sent to the model. It is pre-prompted. So when you request something to the model, it just answers through all the layers that we have added. That's it. So it's kind of making it more intelligent and having it reply on the patent side as if it was a patent attorney or engineer, and on the trademark side, a trademark attorney. That's really the idea behind. On the trademark side, there are two other skills that are either here or coming. It's goods and services drafting, that's already there. And it is a reply to office action that is coming really soon in the system. But on the patent side, I'm not showing them, but there's patent drafting, claim chart creation, claim comparison. And it's an AI model. It's inside this pre-prompted box. It means you can also use it for other use cases that are not cited. Whatever document you have, you could ask questions and know that the tool will answer smartly. So for example, a contract, if you want to ask a question on a contract, you could do that. So it's really quite powerful. But today, speaking about searches, we thought that this risk assessment skill was maybe the most relevant for you to look at. And before we go to the Q&A, we decided to add what we call a bonus slide. It's the behind the scenes of Markify, because we realized that, and it's normal, not everybody knows all the power that is behind Markify in terms of data and where we are using it, or where we can make our clients use this data. So we are using and selling what we call our APIs. API, it means application programming interface, and it is what allows different interfaces to communicate or to use the data from another system. So we are using Markify data, that is, of course, worldwide coverage, in Equinox being our IP management system. I cite Markify because we are in the trademark webinar. But we have seen that there was a question on patents before, on patent data by one of the attendees. So you have seen this webinar is clearly on trademarks, it's on Markify. But at Questel, we also have Orbit Intelligence. That is the search and analysis software for patent databases. And everything I refer to in terms of connection to IPMS is valid also for the patents. But we use Orbit Intelligence data. So what do we do in the management system? We allow our clients to upload trademarks via PTO import, and also to have what we call update suggestions. It means you can check if the content of your IP management system is coherent if you compare with the public databases. So, and we use Markify data to compare the two sets. We also now use Markify, and that is a brand new, that is a novelty in UseIP. UseIP is our proof of use management platform that also uses AI to categorize the proof of use documents. And here, when we are using this system, we first need to upload our portfolio of trademarks. So this is why one may want to import the trademarks directly from Markify or from Equinox very soon. Qtina that I just mentioned, we are adding the connection to Markify inside Qtina. That will be quite powerful because it will be you will be able to, for example, upload the details of a trademark if you want to compare two trademarks, for example. It will not replace the search tool. It's really not there to replace Markify, not at all. But it's a kind of complement possible. And obviously, I cannot end without referring to our services teams. And our services teams, of course, use also Markify and Markify data. And some of the services are even inside Markify, because you can order from the interface what we call the analyst-driven searches. Mean searches without legal opinion, but having an analyst review the results to remove what you could consider noise, what they as experts consider noise, because no algorithm is 100% perfect, neither ours nor any competitor algorithm. So I hope it was interesting. We have seen a lot during those almost 40 minutes, and we have reached the time of the Q&A. So I'm looking into the questions. We have also received some questions in advance, as said before. So we had this one on patents, and I think we have explained. There was one question also on the connection between with the IPMS. So we were not sure if you were referring to the connection of Qthina with the IPMS or Markify with the IPMS. And I hope that with our explanations, we answered this question. On Qthina side, the AI Copilot, it is also connected to our IP management system, Equinox Corporate or Equinox Law Firm. It is connected at document level. It means that you can either create or access a Qthina project from your Equinox system. And vice versa, you can be in Qthina and access the documents that have been stored in your IPMS. So that's why it's really, I would say, bidirectional connection. There's a question, Leslie, on can we test the Markify or the pharma databases?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, we do trials. You would want to reach out, or we can, following this, of course, we're going to deliver all of the slides and the presentation, and then you'll have a contact if you want to pursue a trial, or receive a demo. We can talk more about that with your account representative. Absolutely.
And I think that's it. If I look, I think we have covered the questions. Maybe, yeah, we have covered the questions. So we have you have 5 minutes of free time. we managed to stay in our limits, Leslie, which is rare.
Oh yes. I hope we didn't go too fast.
Hope not too fast. So maybe we can just go to our conclusion slide. Yeah, and we just wanted to highlight, of course, our goal is to simplify our life, our own life, your life, and having one tool, one unique tool for the different search needs, and a watch, of course, but it was not today's topic. Thanks a lot, Leslie, for your participation.
Oh yes, thank you, Marie, and everyone out there. Thanks for joining us.
See you soon. Goodbye.